everyone. This is News Now from the Belmont Journal. I'm Mike Crowley, and Lisa Gibalerio of the Wayside Youth and Family Support Network is with me today. Lisa is also coordinator of the Belmont Wellness Coalition. So it's good to see you, Lisa. Today we're today we're talking about teens and substance use. So, Lisa, summer is approaching. It's the season of graduation parties and kids hanging out. What can parents do to keep their kids safe this summer with regard to substance use?
Yes, Mike, a very timely topic. And I have, several best practice recommendations for parents out there. So, number one, it's important to make your expectations very clear to your teens around not using substances. Data is clear on this, that when parents do speak with their kids and engage in conversations, those are the kids that make the safest decisions and delay the longest. So definitely talk about the risks associated with using substances, including, the impact on their still developing brains, the impact to exercising good judgment, the increase in accidents, sexual violence, alcohol poisoning. One tip, Mike, that I always pass on is that if you're not sure what's happening with your teen, consider waiting up at curfew time, and that will give you some data.
Okay, so I want to ask you about parental supervision, Lisa. Are parents expected to stay home when kids gather at their home? Is that a good idea?
It is advisable to do so, yes. If your teen is inviting friends over to hang out, it is smart for at least one parent to be home and supervising. The social host liability, which is Massachusetts law, it holds parents legally accountable if anything should go wrong in your home with underage drinkers.
So, how about, Lisa, let me ask you about parents talking with their kids, supervising their kids. What other kinds of things are recommended?
Well, what is recommended, and as a parent of three teenagers not that long ago, I found really helpful was creating a parent network. And so this is where you get to know your kids' friends' parents. And so you get their phone numbers so that you can text them and check in. And you can talk about supervision and see where they stand. Talk about curfew. How do they feel about kids drinking? And this just gives you access to more data. It gives you a check-in. So that is definitely a good parenting tool.
I want to ask you about the liquor cabinet. Is this something that parents should be locking up, Lisa, especially when they're not home?
Right. So, I mean, that's a great question. And some families do, and some families don't. So it's kind of a family decision. But I will tell you, Mike, that I know parents who don't keep any alcohol in the house at all with teenagers underfoot. Some say that, yeah, they might order a glass of wine out at a restaurant or they might have something for a holiday. But during these years, they're not going to keep alcohol in the house on an ongoing basis. So it really does vary. But I'd say, yeah, don't make it accessible.
I want to ask you, Lisa, what about consequences? Are kids this age too old for consequences if they violate parents' expectations?
It again depends from family to family, but I will say that if you decide to, tell your kid that there will be a consequence for violating an expectation, you absolutely have to follow through, or else you'll lose all credibility going forward. So it varies. I don't think they're too old, but you have to follow through.
Any final thoughts?
Just that if you are someone who has, occasional alcohol, to model drinking responsibly. Your kids are keeping an eye on you as well. I would also say, Mike, that, they are young, they are teenagers, they will make mistakes, and we've got to offer support and love as they learn from their mistakes. But I guess I would say during these years, I always advise parents to not sweat the small stuff. Keep an eye on what's important, which is safety. And if their room is messy or if they're not emptying the dishwasher, That's okay. Keep an eye on their health and their safety. And again, just keep talking about this topic. Engage in ongoing conversations. Listen to what they have to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Lisa, and we'll talk with you next time.